Good day, everyone. May peace and blessings be upon you. This is IMAN SAYMEH coming to you from Orange County, California. Clinical social worker with my weekly videos in raising awareness about mental health and providing topics and information that hopefully it would resonate with you in a way that would motivate you to do a bit better. Baby steps. In the month of June, I focused on talking about love. And where did we learn to love? And who are the loving people in our lives? And the reason why I focused on love in this month, because in the US, that's when a lot of people want to get married. And it's very common to see bride and grooms taking pictures in parks and in different places around town for their wedding pictures. So since this is the last weekend in June, let's conclude it by asking ourselves, do we have the capacity to love? Different question, right? I'm not saying, are you loving? Are you capable of being loved? Do you know what love is? Do you have the capacity to love? What consumes you? What consumes your container? Well, let's see. The number one question that therapists get usually from clients when they are processing their trauma, when it gets a bit uncomfortable in the sessions and when it gets a bit painful to talk about past experiences that were traumatic in their lives, the number one question that is asked, why do we need to relive that trauma? Why do we need to talk about it? Why can't we just move on? Why do I need to be re-triggered? Why do I need to retell the story again? This is why. Two things happen when you go through a traumatic event. Let's say you go through a divorce, right? You all of a sudden become a single parent. You have to move out. Physically, you have to move out. And let's say you have to maybe get a job. Now you have to parent all on your own, even though you have shared custody. When the kid is with you, you are the sole parent in the equation. You might feel depressed, sad, lonely. You might feel that things happened unfairly. You might be consumed emotionally and mentally, and now physically you have to do some things differently to provide and to get a job and to drive. Now, the second part that happens whenever you go through a trauma that does not get processed unless it's looked at deeply, and that's where therapy becomes your answer. When we go through a traumatic event, my friends, we make up stories about what had happened, and we start internalizing these stories. And those stories get imprinted in our brain, and they become our leading guidance in our lives. So if you have gone through, let's say, a divorce, you might start telling yourself, I'm not good enough. I wasn't worth somebody holding on to. I will never trust again. I will never love again. I don't trust men, or I don't trust women. You start internalizing these stories without you even thinking about it, and they become your new principles in life, and you make choices going forward from that place. And that makes you not able to be a bigger container for love. Because at certain level, you've abandoned your needs and your wants and your desires and your dreams and your goals with that thinking. Now, you might not notice that thinking is becoming who you are now. People around you do. When people show up to love you and care for you, the way you reject them. The way sometimes we make up a problem out of nothing. The way perhaps that we don't trust and we second guess ourselves. The way we become chronically lonely. The way we isolate ourselves and disconnect. The way we start having harsh and hard opinions about marriage, in this case. the mindset that we are left with from the traumatic experiences that we go through become our reality. And that limits us from being able to have the capacity to love. I pray this message was beneficial, and I pray that you are able to see the benefit of seeking support and speaking to others about your traumatic experiences in a way that you will gain tools and you will gain depth of how to truly move forward in a positive way. You know, it might sound that I am pushing on everyone to go to therapy. It's not that. I want people to heal. I see the benefit in healing personally and in others. When I'm working with a client and after several sessions and going through hard emotions and reprocessing traumatic events and seeing the quality of life and choices and shifts in their lives that's happening due to their willingness and flexibility to go through the uncomfortableness, it's worth it. And why wouldn't I want to share it with you? I pray that you will experience expansion, deeper level of healing, and you're surrounded with guidance that would support you in living your best life. Have a good day.